I came across this design and I really liked it. What I liked about the design was it was clean, it had a feminine look, and the images were very striking. But there's some things I didn't like about this design. I felt like it was too crowded on the left sidebar and it didn't have a story. So what I did was I created a story for this dashboard and did some redesign. So my name is Collins Creation. I'm a design enthusiast and I also like mobile and web development. Let me show you how I did this. So how did I arrive to this design? First, I had a story that had a target audience. So what's the story and who's my target audience? My target audience is a female enthusiast that likes fitness and needs a platform that will offer her personalized fitness plans, diet recommendations, and community support. What do we mean by community support? This one will be simple challenges that they can participate as friends and nudge each other when one is lacking. So let's look at the wireframes that I came up with. So this is the wireframe that I have come up with. On the left sidebar, this one will be the picture and this one will be the name of the person. These two will be heart points and the distance they've walked that day, and this one will be a simple explanation, and then this ones will be the dashboard, training, diet recommendation. This ones will be links, same as these ones, but I will make them less. If we jump here, I have recreated this daily monitor so that I can have a graph here that will show the calories, steps and workouts, and then I will give some insight about those here, and then here we'll give a general insight about the overview on the 24 hours of the data taken. Next, I have the challenges part. In the challenges part, I have redesigned it so that these daily tips, I've now placed them here, and in place of daily tips, I've come up with 3 challenges. These challenges will be clickable buttons that if I click, it will turn this other area. So this one will be a full description of the challenge, a title of the challenge, a description on that challenge, about that description, and your friends who you're competing against. On the last section, I have decided to go with, I will not be doing challenge recommendations because I have already done challenges here. Now I will be doing diet recommendations here. So I will be recommending diets depending on the challenges that the client is having. This is how we are going to approach this design. I'm going to design every section and then give an explainer on the thinking process. So we'll be replacing this section one by one and see how this redesign comes out. So let's begin designing the sidebar. I decided to use the same background as the same design, and on the sidebar I made it minimal, removed the crowded links that were there, and added hardpoint and distance travel as we had seen on our wireframe. In this section, this was to describe the hardpoint and the kilometer. This was an insight on these 2 points. So let's move to the next section. In our next section, I changed the daily monitoring to this graph and added the calories on this side and moved the daily tips to this section. The reason for that was I wanted to look at the previous 24-hour statistics so that they can compare it to the current day, and I've added more information here. So calories, steps, workout and time. You can see you have consumed enough calories today. This is like giving you insight on that calorie. I just don't want to give you 1,000 calories. That does not give you a lot of information. So the more information you have, the better. The next part was the daily section. If we look at the previous design, the designer made this daily section to be with the challenges, but I moved it up so that the daily tips can be a subset of the 24 hours. So the daily tips will encourage you to do things that will contribute to the next 24 hours. On the next section, I added challenges. So as I explained, I moved the daily tips from here to the top so that it could be with the daily monitoring summaries. So what I did here, I added these 3 challenge tabs. These are clickable tabs, and from your viewpoint you can see the active one is the 30-kilometer run. On the other side you can see the description of that 30-kilometer run and how you are performing with your friends. This is to encourage you and see how you are moving and how your friends also are moving with you. On another side note is that the reason to why I moved the daily tips on top is that in design there is a technique that we say that all related items stick together. This is really shown in spacing, and it also applies across a design system. So for example is that if we look at this challenge, we can see the challenge is near this section because it's the challenges section, so your eye can relate very well. So by moving the daily tips from here, I create a linear statistic section where the user can see all statistics at once without at a single glance. Let's move to the dietary section. On our previous design, the diet was here and it was a challenge. I did not feel like diet should be placed as a challenge. So I gave like yoga and climbing for 2 weeks challenges, and then I made the recommendation to be the diets. My thinking was you recommend the diets depending on the challenges that you do. So in this section, I added these sliding recommendations. So it will be sliding recommendations, then you can add them to your diet plan, or you can comment on it when you click on the try me section. So that was our design. You can tell me what you thought about this whole experience. You can give me any recommendation on or anything that I can do else, or anything I can improve on this video. Thanks for watching. I will be leaving this thing under the description box for download. You can check it out and comment. So bye and have a nice day.